All right, and we're back, baby. This is episode 179 of the Taproom Podcast, and I'm your host, Mike. Got a good one for you today. Going to be hanging out with my buddy Jerm, Jeremy Rodriguez of Beachwood Brewing. Man, it was just a great time hanging with him, man, and a great time, just catching up, and then hearing his story over some beers. You can't beat it. It was a great time. So thank you, Jeremy or Jerm, for letting me come down and hang out with you and have some beers. And again, thanks for allowing me to hear your story and to be able to put it out there for everyone else to hear. So cheers, brother. Can't wait. We gotta hit Windsor Browns again soon. Gotta get Dario's ass out of the house too. All right. Let's see. What do we got? So this week, I'm recording this on a Saturday because we have I leave for Georgia tomorrow. So I'm not going to have time to record it. I got a 5 a.m. flight. Going to be out there for work, obviously, but I did lock in 2 breweries for Friday. Going to be dropping off the coworkers at the airport Friday, straight to 2 breweries to go record, and then the Braves game. So I'm excited. I think it'll be a great time. I might splurge a little on tickets. I mean, I spent a decent amount last year, but it was also the Yankees. They're playing the Rangers. And I might go a little crazy. So we'll see. I want to say thanks to everybody listening. Got great feedback from last week's episode. A lot of people reached out. So shout out to Luis. Thanks for coming on. And thanks for, like I said, we got a little deep last week, but it was a blast. And I love that. And I love that we can do that sometimes. It doesn't always just have to be, it's not, I've always said it's not about the beer. It's about the person. Beer is always great, obviously, but it's nice to break that down and to get into all that stuff. And I'm excited. And speaking of all that kind of stuff, I did shoot some test footage with Luis for the last pour of the documentary I'm doing. And it was, the vision I have for it, I think it's going to be great. I'm excited for everyone to see it. So yeah, obviously it's going to be a long time before all that. But yeah, I'm going to start reaching out to everyone that I want to have on the dock and stuff like that. So there's probably going to be between 12 to 15 breweries that I want to get on. So we will keep you posted and on that list. And then I want to document it as it comes along. So it should be great. Should be a good time. All right. Let's see what else we got. This is going to be a short intro. Got to get stuff ready. Got to take a shower right now. Got to go get a haircut. And then got to make a cheesecake for Jizzy, for my brother. And then got to go see the Witches over at Feathered Serpent for a bit. And then later on going to Whittier Brewing. All right. Well, this is what would have already happened when this episode comes out. But yeah. All right. So let's jump into the episode. Before we do that, real quick, if you want to support the show, you can. The taproompodcast.dashery.com. If you want to buy a t-shirt, you could also leave a 5-star review on Spotify or Apple or wherever you're listening to this. And then also, you can also use Podbean. You can start your own podcast. If you've ever thought about starting your own podcast, you just go to podbean.com/taproompod. Again, that's podbean.com/taproompod. And you'll be able to sign up there and you get 1 month free. All right, so let's jump into the episode with Jerm. Hope you guys enjoy it, and stay tuned for the outro. Cheers. All right, guys, we're back in the tap room, and I'm your host, Mike, and I have a very special guest on the show today, my buddy, we'll call him Jerm, but Jeremy Rodriguez from from Beachwood over here. How's it going, Brent?
How's everyone doing, man? Doing great, dude. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks, yeah. Thanks for doing it. Before we get started, we're going to have a brewski here. I'm having the Guardians of the Wetlands.
Yeah, and I'm having the Cold Gold Czech Pilsner.
Ooh, yeah, I'm going to have to try that one next.
Yeah.
Cheers, brother. Oh, that's so tasty. Did you guys can that?
This was a limited canning.
Okay.
So we did do the canning. It was, like I said, it was kind of a partnership with the Bolsa Chica Conservatory.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a real limited release.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Tell me how you got started.
So yeah, man, I've been in I would say the brewing industry now, a little over a decade. And like a lot of people in the industry, I actually started off as just a really big nerd for beer. And, I was fortunate about 12 years ago to get hired at Beachwood Brewing, the original location in Long Beach, the original brewery location in Long Beach, as a server bartender.
Mm-hmm.
And did that for a while. and I would bother the brewers all the time. Like, let me
Yeah.
help out. Let me help out. Hey, if you need extra hands, like
Mhm.
I'll do anything. So Ian McCall, who's now the owner of ISM, one day gave me a break and he was like, come help us bottle.
Yeah.
We'll throw you on the bottling line. You can help us do some packaging. And that's kind of how it started. And I would just help out on bottling days. And it kind of evolved from there. Then I like kind of progressed through the company and, was helping out with the sour bottling when this program started. And I would help do deliveries and I would do like some distro when we were self-distroing. And it just kind of, my passion for it kind of grew from there. And I was at the time also with like home brewing and doing all that other stuff. And, I left Beachwood in 2019. I moved up to the Pacific Northwest, took a job with Reuben's Brews, and I kind of was able to grow my production side experience there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I moved back to California and I took a job as the assistant brewer at Modern Times downtown LA.
Yeah.
Did that for about a year. And then when that, ended, came back to Beachwood and I got hired on as the assistant brewer and blender for this location, the blendery. And I've kind of been doing that ever since.
Okay.
And then in that time too, I've now taken over the distilling side of Beachwood too. So we actually have a distillery in Northern Long Beach. So I also do, the distilling side of the company as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's awesome. That's so cool. I mean, and like, it's cool. Like, I love Ian, right? Like Ian, like I always call him like the biggest teddy bear because he's such a nice guy.
Oh, totally, man. Yeah, absolutely.
But that's just how the industry is. But everybody wants to help one another. So you worked at Reuben's in Seattle. Did you ever go to, because one of my favorite breweries of all time is Old Stove.
Oh, yeah, dude. Old Stove's great, man.
Yeah.
Old Stove was cool. I had a few friends actually that worked at Old Stove. That location too is...
Oh, it's so beautiful.
It's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
That waterfront location, you can't beat it.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
That, $1 million views, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So Old Stove's great, man. And also some of the other favorites, like Stoop Brewing up there was really good. Holy Mountain was always a big favorite of mine too.
Yeah.
I actually built some really good relationships there, man. Like my wife and I travel to Seattle, at least once a year to go see our friends and stuff like that. So
I love it. Yeah, I'll be up there in September. I'm going to go up, like spend 2 days in Portland and 1 day in Seattle.
Oh, nice, man. There's a ton of great beer. If you need any recommendations, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm gonna try to hit up as many as I can to see if I could record with a few while I'm up there too.
Yeah.
So for Beachwood, like obviously, like when I think of Beachwood, I think of obviously like the West Coast, like Citraholic or like Amalgamator. What's something like to you, like what honestly, just what are those beers meant to Beachwood? Because I mean, they're so good, but they're like such a staple, I feel like.
Yeah, no, totally. I mean, Beachwood's definitely built itself a reputation around, dynamic, hoppy West Coast IPA, right?
Mhm.
And even though as IPAs have evolved over the years, that does remain at the forefront of what we do. 10 years ago, everybody was chasing IBUs. Everybody wanted 99 plus IBU beers and they wanted the heavy
on
hitter.
tree bark.
Exactly. And that's not necessarily the case anymore, but we still are an IPA forward brewery. And I think we still do really well with that market. It's, with all the new hop products and stuff out there too, it's made it kind of easy to make great IPA.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean it is easy, So we still are very much an IPA, West Coast IPA brewery.
Yeah.
We do everything, but that is who we are at our core.
And even for the blendery part, because you guys are doing the blendery, the distilling, how did that all come to be? And then how did it kind of find its own way into as a part of the identity too of the brewery?
Yeah. So the blendery came about as kind of a project that was more we set out to prove that traditional beer styles that have been historically relegated to say a region belong solely to that region, and not in any disrespectful way. It's kind of hey, why do Belgian lambics taste this way, and why are they so exclusive to say that region of Belgium?
Yeah,
and can you duplicate it here in the States and make it just as good? So it's a very nerdy project. So the owner, when this started, we set out to kind of prove that we could also do that. And there's other breweries like Jester King and Allagash that have done similar things. So we spent years kind of building this project out. And I think it took us probably 2 or 3 years before we were actually making what I consider what we make now, like our Belgian style lambic inspired beers. So it was definitely part of the vision from early on. So, I mean, the brewery opened in 2011, and we opened the tasting room here the end of 2015 or 2016.
Wow.
But it did take us a couple years before we even got to that point. So it was definitely part of the early conversation. And like, you know, some of the kind of like fruits of our labor here is like we actually have won like, you know, awards in Belgium for this style of beer.
How cool is that?
At Brussels Beer Challenge, you know. So to be recognized by like the European brewing side of things, like, hey, you guys are actually doing, you know, our beers justice.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty awesome feeling.
Yeah.
You know?
How satisfying was that?
Oh, dude. So great, man. It's like such a cool kind of like chip on the shoulder, you know?
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure, man.
Yeah.
And even like the distilling side, I feel like, because that's a whole other thing too, right? But even like with the blendery part and all the sours and everything like that, but I feel like mixed fermentation, we were talking about like, you know, you had some stuff back there from 2022, right?
Yep.
And it's like it obviously requires so much patience. Like has working on that side of it changed the way you think about brewing beer just in general or as a whole?
Yeah, kind of, you know, if anything, it's kind of taught me to trust the process.
Yeah.
Right. You know, obviously, you know, you need to follow, you know, do the things, but like you just trust the process, man. Like sometimes, you know, we'll put beer in and, you know, we don't know what it's going to be like in 3 years, but we're aging it for 3 years. And it's just, you trust the process, trust the techniques, and have patience, man. And, you know, like foresight and planning and stuff like that, you know? So it's, you know, it's a little different than like brewing IPA where it's like, you're looking at like 2-week turnarounds, 3-week turnarounds. This is the long game. So in that sense, it's just like, it's taught me like that patience, trust the process, and just kind of like trust your gut a little bit. You know? Yeah. Like know that what you're making today is going to be really good beer in 18 months. Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of like how I look at it, at least.
I love it.
Yeah.
And was there one like early on when you first did it and you're like, maybe like obviously taking the, you know, the 18 months for it to be ready, that you were just like, man, this is like amazing?
Yeah. I mean, you know, when we started this project, we dumped a lot of beer, to be honest. And that's to be expected.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
But, you know, when we first started doing our first spontaneous batches and things like that, and I was definitely like, oh, like we're onto something.
Yeah.
You know, this is definitely a project that is viable, and it's important, you know, because,
of course,
you know, it is, again, like I've said, like we're making beer here in a way that nobody else does. You know, we have a very controlled environment in our barrel house that is like crucial to making the beer as consistent as we do.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know? Yeah. So like, I don't think we could make this beer anywhere else, type of thing, you know? So it took us years to get this barrel room, you know, inoculated enough that it's making beer that is distinctly Beachwood blendery beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I love it.
Yeah.
And how, like, because I have a buddy of mine that would do, like, he would brew, like, it was at the homebrew scale, but like, honestly, it was like pro at the homebrew scale. I mean, at the homebrew level, I feel like. And he would do it. He would brew out of his house, and he's going to open up his garage. His buddies would come over and have like 4 or 5 taps. But he would also distill. Like, how like challenging is that in itself?
Distilling was actually kind of an odd project to take on. It wasn't something I had necessarily planned on doing, but when we decided to open the distillery, you know, we kind of got tapped with the task of doing it. And there's a lot of blending that goes into distilling.
Yeah.
So, and there's a lot of patience and type of like doing it. So there's a lot of parallels in brewing and distilling. And then there's a lot of things in distilling that like you have to kind of learn. And I honestly like, thank God for YouTube, man. You know, I kind of YouTube university my way into becoming a distiller.
Wow.
But it's cool. Like we do from scratch rum. We make a bunch of amaros and gin and liqueurs and stuff like that.
Wow.
Now. So it's pretty cool. But it is a blending game because you have to be able to, your palate has to be refined enough to be able to tell when you're in the different parts of the distill run, right? So you have heads, you have hearts, and you have tails. And ideally you want mostly hearts.
Yeah.
and a little bit of heads and a little bit of tails to kind of make this like complex and unique blend, but too much into tails or too much into heads and you have a bad product.
Yeah.
So you just have to be able to decipher like, oh, when does that happen?
Yeah.
And it's not like you got to vibe it essentially, man. So
yeah.
So that's one of the things that's helped is being a blender here has helped me be a good distiller at the distillery.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you're, because I feel like, because obviously you're like when you're brewing the beer, you're tasting it, making sure everything's all good there. But even like for the distilling, is that the same thing? you
gotta pace yourself, man.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah,
it is definitely. There have been rough days where it's like 9:30 in the morning.
Yeah,
and I'm tasting 180 proof spirit.
Jeez,
off the still, and your tongue goes numb after a minute.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So you gotta keep yourself in check sometimes, Yeah.
Oh, I can imagine.
But it's fun, man. Like, it's been a cool journey at the distillery. We're only 2 years in there, so
yeah,
definitely got a long way to go.
I love it.
So yeah, it's been great,
dude. That's cool. I mean, and obviously you're so passionate about it, and like we met through Dario too.
Yeah,
and love that guy.
Yeah, shout out to Dario.
Yeah. The big dog. I'll have to tell you something off air.
Yeah.
about what he sent me yesterday.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, such a fantastic guy. But I love like obviously hearing people's stories and that. And I always find it fascinating because like people like they kind of want to, when you're a brewer, you want to do the same thing. Either open up a brewery or you just want to brew your beer and you want to do that thing. But I always love hearing the different ways of getting there. And I think it's so cool that you've done like not only just brewing the beer, but it's you and you said Harrison, right?
Harrison, yeah.
He's an alum of the show.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. Harrison's great, man. I've learned a lot like under him, it's been, he's a great guy and he's like a wealth of knowledge, which is awesome too. So,
yeah. And he likes Lord of the Rings, so that's
exactly. Yeah. We nerd out on all kinds of stuff here. Yeah,
there you go. Yeah. Well, what kind of stuff do you nerd out of?
We're like movies, just a lot of movies and just pop culture stuff like that. We both are into and we nerd out on.
Oh yeah, I'm always quoting movies.
So. Yeah, and then like obviously we both nerd out on beer, but that's work. I don't consider that the same. But yeah, Harrison's great, man. I see, like I said, man, we make the joke all the time. I see Harrison more than I see my wife. So.
Yeah, he's your work wife.
Yeah, he's my work wife. Yeah,
there you go. Oh, what are some of your favorite movies? I know it's a loaded question.
No, man. I'm a sucker for sci-fi.
Okay.
So, I'm a big sci-fi guy, and I'm a sucker for like Will Ferrell movies. Like, who isn't, right? You know what I mean? But also like growing up a comic book nerd.
Same.
I'm a Marvel fan.
Okay.
So even the worst Marvel movies are still great in my eyes, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love nerding out on those. Like, and I got a son. My kid's 3, so it's kind of nice. I get to like relive all of this stuff and introduce my kid to these things too, man. And he's like super into Spider-Man right now.
That's awesome.
So it's just those kind of things are always like I nerd out hard on. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I love it because like even when I was a kid, like it's cool that like everybody's like accepted the culture now for comic books.
Yeah.
But as a kid, I couldn't tell any of my friends that had comic books. If I did, they'd be like nerd.
I wasn't showing people like my like binder of comic book cards and stuff like that when I was a kid. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But but now, dude, it's great, man. And it's like, you can like let your nerd flag fly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, well, she knows. Like, I have like comics all in my, in my room. I have all my toys and stuff like that too. So this next segment's called the 4-pack.
All right.
So what's one beer that never leaves your fridge because you're always restocking it?
Sierra Nevada Pale Ale.
Oh, classic.
Yeah, man. It's honestly like 1, it's readily available.
Yeah.
And 2, it always hits, man. You know what I mean? It's literally always in our fridge. Yeah. So I'd say that and Pizza Port IPA.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which was like the Swamis or the OG?
So whatever their seasonal rotating IPA is.
Okay.
It's always fresh and it's always available. So it's hard not to be grocery shopping and buy a 6-pack.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Dude, I love it down there. Like San Clemente's beer scene is so great
it's
too.
so great, man. Yeah. Like Craft Coast, probably Craft, like San Clemente, like Oceanside, San Clemente, like that whole area, like Craft Coast, Pizza Port, all that. Like it's such a cool place to drink beer.
Yeah. I love like Artifacts, even Los Molinos, so good.
Yeah.
Lost Winds, RIP, but now it's Judge and they're making good beer.
Yeah,
too.
dude. Yeah.
Great stuff. And it's like, you can go anywhere and find great beer now.
Dude.
So I love
absolutely.
Next question is, if you weren't in beer, what would you be doing?
To be honest, man, I'd probably, it's kind of funny when I was thinking about this one and I was like, I'd probably still be bartending.
Okay.
And not in a bad way, man. I
Yeah.
love bartending because like,
That's cool.
I love connecting with people. And it's before I was a brewer, man, I was a bartender for 15 years,
Yeah.
and I love it. I still moonlight as a bartender every once in a while,
Mhm.
a few different locations, but yeah, I'd probably still be bartending.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. Next one, if you could collab with any brewery, who is it and what would you make?
So this was a tough decision for me too, man.
Yeah.
It's tough because like I would have to say Allagash Brewing
Okay.
is somebody I've always wanted to do a collab with, partly because like what they have been for the industry and like their commitment to the craft, and they make some awesome funky beer.
Dude, yeah.
They make some really, really awesome spontaneous beer, and I just feel like that's like a dream collab for me to
Mhm.
do something super cool, like super funky
Yeah.
with them. Like that's like top of my list.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always wanted, I mean, I've been to Maine, but I've never been to Allagash, or I've never been to Maine Beer Company.
Yeah.
So that's like a bucket list brewery for
Yeah,
me.
like the same. Like I've yet to be to the East Coast, and it's like them and Hill Farmstead and like
Oh, yeah.
just like that East Coast that like I want to dive headfirst into that.
Oh, yeah. And I want to go to the compound over at Treehouse and do all that stuff.
100%. Yeah.
I've always wanted to go to, I will go. So I'm not going to say I've always wanted to go because one day I'll go, is the Cheers bar.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
They say it's like so tiny,
Mhm.
but I want to go so bad. Next one, because I know you mentioned comic books, so this could be that, but what's a guilty pleasure you secretly or not so secretly love?
More or less, you kind of nailed it on the head, man.
Yeah.
So I have like a ever-growing collection of comic books and like
Yeah.
Funko Pop toys
Oh, yeah.
that live in my bedroom.
Okay.
My wife might not like it as much as I do, but
Mhm.
I can't help myself, man.
Yeah.
I'm still reading comic books.
Same.
I buy my son comic books now too.
Yeah.
So he's got his own little collection of comic books too. So that's definitely my secret spend,
Okay.
guilty pleasure. Yeah.
There it is. Do you have any favorite characters?
Yeah, man, I'm a diehard X-Men fan.
Okay.
And then my favorite was always Gambit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, and it's so fun now too, like seeing the X-Men 97 cartoon
Mhm.
coming back, and it's just like I get to relive my childhood now. And
Yeah.
it's like it's pretty awesome, man.
Oh, yeah.
So, and like I said, my son's favorite character is Spider-Man, so we just get to
Perfect.
nerd out on that stuff, dude, and it's fucking great.
Yeah. My cousins were always, not my cousins, but a couple of my buddies were always Cyclops fans, and I was like, dude, I always liked Havoc more.
Yeah.
But I love, like Gambit was always one of my favorites. I love Omega Red.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Dude.
like even though he's a dick.
Dude, what's funny is my son, he's super into Juggernaut,
Oh, okay.
and he loves to pretend he's Juggernaut and smash me.
There it is.
He likes to pretend fight, and he always wants to be Juggernaut, and I think
Yeah.
it's so much fun. I'm like, he's a bad guy,
Yeah.
but that's great, man. Like you picked a character that you relate to, and that's who you want to be, man. And he loves it. Yeah, dude. I think it's hilarious, man.
Does he have the helmet?
Well, it all started because I play video games too.
Yeah.
And I was playing, it was like Marvel versus Capcom or one of those
Oh,
games.
yeah.
And
So good.
I like, he like watched me fight Juggernaut, and he was like, I want to be that guy.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, you can be whoever you
Yeah.
want, man.
There it is.
Yeah.
Was it probably Marvel vs. Capcom 2?
Or something.
Dude, that game is still so good.
But yeah. So, but yeah. And then he just like, that's his, it's like that and Spider-Man, dude. Those are his two guys.
Okay.
I was like, all right, dude, I'm here for it,
Yes. Whenever I play Marvel vs. Capcom, it was usually like my team would be like Gambit, Spidey, and Hulk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because Hulk, when he'd bring down the meteor.
Yep, I totally know exactly what you're talking about, man. Yeah.
So good. What other games do you play?
It's kind of hard to find the time to play games as much as I would like to,
same.
used to. You know what I mean? But I play a lot of Mario.
Okay.
Because my kid, I now, I think if anything, I'm playing games that I can play with my son.
Yeah, that's cool.
But I've always been like a big Metroid person.
Oh, yeah.
I've always liked all the Call of Duties and all those kind of games as well. But yeah, lately we play a lot of Mario Brothers. I have like an SNES emulator on our
sweet.
Switch, so
Yeah.
we just play like old games. So it's just stuff that my kid's 3.5, so I need things that like are on his level.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm just kind of like reliving all these like old games
Yeah.
with my son, which
That's
is cool.
cool.
So like but I could, historically I've always played a little bit of, Assassin's Creed and all these
Mhm.
other games. But nowadays it's just like, hey, I only got 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So we're just going to play something fun and,
Oh,
and
yeah.
lighthearted,
So
So
I totally get
Yeah.
that. Yeah, like for me, I mean, I love like I'm so excited now because I'm gonna have to buy. I have the original Switch, but I'm gonna have to buy a Switch 2 now
yeah, same. Yeah,
because of Legend of Zelda or Ocarina of Time.
exactly. Yeah.
I was like, great. Now there goes $600 or
It's
$500.
worth it though, man. It's worth
Oh
it.
yeah, I'm so excited because that game, that was the first game I ever fell in love with,
Oh, yeah.
and like I was like, yeah. And then eventually, like Uncharted, like the Uncharted series,
Oh, yeah,
like
totally.
was some of
Yep.
my favorites.
Mhm.
Uncharted 4 is probably my favorite game of all time.
Yeah.
But it was, yeah, I was like, now I'm gonna have to buy a Switch.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
Or another Switch.
Yeah, I totally get it. Yeah.
And if they have an exclusive Switch
Mm-hmm.
for that, or like a whenever Ocarina of Time themed one, probably gonna have to buy
definitely
that.
buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next one I want to ask you. So, so we talked about the blendery and the distilling and the
Mhm.
brewing side. What are some of your favorite styles to brew?
So, I mean, it's kind of a catch-22 for me here. It's because, like, so I'm the sour brewer for Beachwood. So we really here only brew one beer,
Yeah.
right? We brew lambic.
Mm-hmm.
But I do enjoy brewing like lagers.
Mhm.
I still homebrew every once in a while.
Yeah.
So I like making like lagers, and I'm a pub beer guy. So
Okay.
I love red ales and pale ales
so
and stuff
good,
like
yeah.
that. So whenever I homebrew, I'm still brewing those styles of beer. But professionally, like we always make the joke here, we're just one trick ponies,
Yeah.
right? We make
Yeah.
we make lambic,
Yeah.
and we make it good.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of all I do here. But I do enjoy, like I said, I do enjoy brewing like red ale. Like it's my wife's favorite style of beer is a red ale.
Okay.
So like whenever I can, I homebrew
Yeah.
that kind of styles like that or pale ale stuff like that.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Nice. I mean, dude, yeah, reds, browns, they're all great.
Yeah, man, I love pub beers, dude.
Yeah.
Like that's what got me into beer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just, drinking it like a BJ's or something.
Oh,
and
hell
just
yeah.
like, I'm gonna try everything on the fucking menu.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah. So
Jeremiah Red.
yeah,
and-
Jeremiah Red Piranha Pale. Like
Oh yeah.
so, like I still enjoy making those kinds of beers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I love a good brown too when they're done right.
Yeah,
Or even
man,
like, dude, like people with like Schwarzbier, when they see Schwarzbiers, they're like, oh, it's black.
I think
It's
too,
so good,
people have gotten so caught up on like IPA, like the IPA
Yeah.
train. I mean, and I love IPAs.
Yeah.
But like then when you do have like a brown or a
Mm-hmm.
red or like, an ESB or something,
Mhm.
and you just kind of remember like, oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
these are really good too.
Oh,
man.
hell
Like,
yeah.
there's a place for all these beers,
Mhm.
And like you said, like a Schwarzbier, man. Like
Yeah.
you have to tell people like, no, that's a lager.
Yeah.
And they're just like, no. And then
It's
they drink
light.
it and you're like, no, it's super light. It's
Oh,
super
yeah.
easy to drink, man. Yeah.
Even like Guinness, people see Guinness and they think it's like thick, like motor oil.
Oh,
but
dude.
it's
That's so
like
light.
4%.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man, it's like got lower calories than most other beers. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I love Guinness.
Yeah.
so
Same.
yeah,
And people
yeah.
are like, how could you drink that during the summer? I was like, it's delicious.
It's so refreshing. Yeah.
Yeah. I might have to buy some tomorrow. I haven't
Yeah,
had a
yeah.
Guinness in forever.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
what was the first recipe? Oh, maybe your first homebrew recipe, and then what about your first one you did here?
Yeah. So first homebrew recipe actually came out of about I want to say like 10 or 12 years ago. Long Beach had this like crazy power outage. And,
Yeah.
like I said, I was homebrewing at the time, and Long Beach lost power for like 3 days, like the
Mm.
whole city. So like Beachwood, like the whole promenade, like the power was down.
Yeah.
And a buddy of mine and I that I homebrewed with, we were like during that we were doing at that time, we were doing a lot of like beer kits and like extract brews. We kind of had toyed around with like all grain. So we actually like wrote a recipe during that power outage, and we called it Power Outage Pale.
Yeah.
And it was like a Citra Pale Ale. And that was like the first time I actually like started toying around with like all grain recipes and like not just doing like a beer kit,
Mhm.
homebrew kit, and like, kind of like took the next step into like
Yeah.
becoming like a brewer.
Mm-hmm.
And then here, we've done a few recipes here. I can't even remember the first one, but my most recent one is I actually just made a beer for my son.
Oh.
So it'll be coming out later this year. But pretty much what I did is I made a recipe based around all his favorite fruit
Okay.
that he likes to eat. And
Yeah.
we're making like a sour beer based on that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that'll be it probably won't come out till like the end of the year, but yeah, so
Okay.
that's pretty recent. Yeah. So, but yeah,
Yeah,
man, it's
that's
kind of cool.
cool.
Yeah. Kind of
Yeah.
it's a little fun nod to my son, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What are you going to call it?
Cuvée Nico.
Okay.
Yeah. So, after him. So, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Hopefully, I'll be able to age a couple of those bottles. Hopefully, they'll last.
Yeah.
I can age until you can drink them.
There you go.
Yeah.
Imagine cracking that open.
Yeah, right.
Oh, man. Next thing I want to ask, so this one's called situational beers.
Oh, cool.
So which one do you think is best? But you could also say, hey, what your favorite ones from all these things are.
Yeah.
So we'll go pool beer / beach beer, shower beer, golf course beer, concert beer, and airport beer.
So pool beer, beach beer, I'm going to go Mexican lager, like Pacifico.
Okay.
That's like that's my crusher.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
So good.
Shower beer, that's a tough one, man, because it's whatever I got in my beer fridge.
Okay. There you go.
Golf course beer. So believe it or not, man, I've never golfed in my entire life, ever.
Yeah.
But I would imagine I would want something like crispy, like a crispy crusher, like a People Pills or something, you know, on the golf course. That's what I would want to drink out there in the sun all day.
Yeah. Do you ever do the disc golfing with the guys?
I've done disc golf a couple times, but not too much. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
I've been wanting to go out with because I know like what Ian does it too.
Ian does it, man. They do it in Huntington right here all the time, man. And when I lived in Seattle, there was a huge like disc golf, like brewery disc golf, like culture.
Yeah.
I just never, I don't know, man. It just never like struck me as like, that's what I want to go do. You know what I mean? I know it'd be fun, but I just
sure.
never did it. Yeah.
I totally get it.
Concert beer, I'm crushing tall cans at 805.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Like one, because I know it's at every venue and I know it's going to be fresh.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So
they go through so much of it. There's so much turnaround.
And then airport beer, man. I'm a Boilermaker guy, dude. So I'm doing a shot of whiskey and whatever lager they got on tap.
There you go.
You know? So airports they're a crapshoot.
Yeah.
You know? So, but I'm going to do a shot of whiskey and I'm going to do a lager.
Dang, I haven't had a Boilermaker in a long time.
Yeah, man. That's my anti-anxiety flight medication. You know?
There you go. When I was a kid, my cousin would always buy root beer schnapps. We'd drop one of those in like a, Coors or whatever we poured in a glass. But it was
what are they called? Like Shoot the Root or something like that?
Something
right?
like
something
that.
Like that.
Tastes just like a root beer though.
Yeah.
It was so good. So I know we talked a little bit, obviously there's so many medals and there's so many like different things. So from World Beer Cup and all of that, like GABF.
Yeah.
You guys have won so many awards here. Like not just for that, like what still excites you or how do you still like challenge yourself? I feel like,
man, like I think for me, I still enjoy trying to make the best beer possible.
Yeah.
Right. Like I still come in here and I'm still chasing that. Like, even though like we have won these awards, like I'm still chasing. I never want to be complacent.
Yeah.
I always want to be like, I always want to just be chasing. I don't even want to say chasing it. Right. Like it's kind of like not even like the way I kind of see it. It's, I don't see it as a chase, man. It's just like, it's a goal that it's like the goal line keeps moving.
Yeah.
I always just want to be making the best beer we can, being innovative when it makes sense. And like, I want to like keep people interested in what we do. Like we, especially here at the Blendery, like we make a nerdy thing. And it is, sometimes it can get buried in the larger craft beer picture. And like, there's sour beer. Anybody can make a kettle sour.
Yeah.
But this kind of beer, this barrel-aged, like lambic-style beer it's a passion project, right? So, I think part of this is like this conversation that, we have with the guests and with people where I'm just saying, hey, like, yes, this is good. This sour is good, but there's a reason why we take the time to do the things we do here.
Yeah.
Because they're important. It's historical. It's traditional. And those are those things that kind of keep me motivated. Like there's a reason why the Belgians have been doing this style of beer one way for hundreds of years. And, and when I get to explain to people like why I do the thing I do and why I do it the way I do it, like, they're like, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool. And like those things keep me inspired, and like, I feel like there's been like a black cloud over craft beer the last couple of years. Like people aren't drinking as much and which is, I understand, consumer taste shift. But I think, when you get down to like the nitty gritty and you can like have these conversations with people and explain like why craft beer is important, you see that silver lining around that cloud.
Yeah.
And that keeps me motivated to come in every day and like make the best thing I can make,
Yeah.
whether it's rum, whether it's sour beer, whatever it is. Like I want to come in every day and like I want to make the best product I possibly can. And that's how this stays alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Have you like, I mean, this isn't on the list, but I wanted to ask, like, have you ever thought about like opening your own spot?
yeah, yes and no. I definitely have. The thought has 100% crossed my mind.
Yeah. Because I feel like you're so well rounded with whether it's the distilling, the brewing, or the blendery,
Yeah.
like, doing all the sours and all the lambics and stuff like that.
It's definitely a thought that's crossed my mind. The conversation I've had it, with my wife, and
Yeah.
I've had it with some friends too about, like, do we make this? Like it's just, I think the answer is yes and no, right?
Yeah.
So like, yes, I would love that. No, because now is not the right time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like 100% have thought about it and have considered it. It just, I think I always look at everything as like a pendulum swing, right?
Yeah.
So, right now we're out of the craft beer swing, but it's going to come back.
Oh, yeah.
It might look different than it is right now, or that it did it like, 5 or 6 years ago at the peak.
Yeah.
But it's going to come back. Like brew pubs are going to come back, and the experience might have to be different. I think, you can no longer just like make good beer and be successful. You have to also like make good beer and engage your clientele.
Yeah.
You have to give them a reason. You can get world-class beer everywhere now.
100%.
Everywhere, man. So you need to stand. So that's where I think the industry needs to go. And you see that in places like Everywhere and like these other breweries that are like thriving.
Yeah.
Other people are shrinking, and you got a brewery like Everywhere, they're thriving right now. And go to their tap room and you'll understand why. Like it's an experience on top of world-class beer.
100%.
And I think, if I were to do one myself, I would want to have that too. Like I need to, like, you gotta be, I hate to say it, but you gotta be better than everybody else.
Yeah.
Because like that's what gets people in, you got to give the customer, it's customer service on top of great beer. So, I mean, I spent, 20 years in hospitality. Customer service is very important, man. You can make the best beer in the world, but if you got crappy service, ain't nobody going to come drink your beer, man. They don't care, so I think it's just, got to find that perfect balance. So for me, the answer is yes, just not right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, to just kind of reiterate what you said too, like it's the customer service part, because even like if you're a beer tender, if you have a beer tender, they have to be like, I don't know if bubbly is the right word, but they
they got to be excited to sell the beer.
Yeah.
Like I want a beer tender who's like, hey dude, oh, you like IPAs? Try this IPA. 100%. And this is why. And it's not, I don't want a beer tender that just like pours me beer, throws it in front of me and flips their tip screen over.
Yeah.
Like I want someone, like I go to breweries all over the world, all over the country.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to be there.
100%.
And like you, man, like you travel all over and you go to breweries, and I'm excited to be there, and I want the person behind the bar to be excited that I'm excited to be there.
Yeah.
And because that's going to make me a lifelong consumer of that product, man. If I go to a brewery, if the beer could be great, but if I have a bad experience, I'm probably not going to drink that beer again, and that's like that balance, man. Like the brewers put so much work into the product they make.
Yeah.
And it's like their passion. You want to have your front of house also put that much work into selling that beer.
Yeah.
Right? So
they have to almost exude the same, like love and passion that you guys have for it.
100%.
And because, like you said, a lot of times people don't know. They just walk up and they order and they see the beer being poured and that's it. They don't see all the hard work and all the stuff. Like, even like, when somebody opens a brewery, there's so many sacrifices that have to be made, right? Like you're missing birthdays or you're missing
holidays and parties and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's just that. And people don't understand that. People don't always, well, maybe that don't understand, but they don't think about those things.
Yeah, exactly. So, I think that's kind of like where the shift will be in the industry. It's like, you can't just open a tasting room anymore. Like you gotta have, you gotta have one step also. You gotta be planning the next step.
Yeah.
So
You have to have great beer, you have to have great customer service, and then you just have to create an experience.
Yep, exactly.
Because once you create that experience, people will go, and then, like, see, social media is huge.
Yep, and it's not even like people go, they'll post about you, and then
Yeah.
they'll also tell, they'll tell 30 people that they
Yeah.
know, like, that's the spot. That's the spot to go to. Like, the
Mhm.
beer's great, but you're gonna have a blast while you're there, on top of the beer
100%.
being great. So, and that's where my mindset is, these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I love that. Do you know what you would call it if you were to open it?
Nah, it's just that's too much pressure on me.
No, I gotcha. It's because this is a question I used to ask all the time, but I haven't asked in a long time, and I just thought about it. Have you ever? Because doing the distilling, obviously, the Belgians and the sours and the brewing and all on the brewing side of it or the blending side of it. Like, have you ever had or what's the worst brew day you ever had? Or maybe it could be a worse or fun brew day.
We've had some bad ones, man. I've had some tanks explode, like
Really?
some geysers.
Oh, wow.
I remember this was a few years ago, but
Yeah.
this one time we were getting ready to package a beer, and it was me and Harrison were like getting ready to package a beer, and we, so we bottle condition all our beers here, so we have to pitch yeast on packaging day so it can bottle condition, and we put the yeast in, and before we could get the tank closed up, it geysered up, and I think Harrison got dumped like 10 gallons of beer just head to toe, and it was funny, but also like a setback, you know what I mean?
Of course.
That's, we've had that happen, but for the most part, man, I've been fairly fortunate in my career that I haven't had too many bad days. I have had, like, when I was brewing for Modern Times, I had a CO2 line explode.
Oh, shit.
And like almost ruptured my eardrum.
Oh, wow.
But other than that, man, like I've been fortunate, dude. I haven't had
You're just all nonchalant about the eardrum.
Yeah.
Well, what are you listening to when you're in the brew, like on the brew deck or when you're brewing in general?
So generally I listen to a lot of, like, I like a lot of hip hop, man.
Okay.
So, big hip hop head. I like punk and ska and stuff too, man. But like a lot of it, like when I'm brewing, I like to listen to hip hop. Like, just like, old school, like Wu-Tang, stuff like that. You know what I mean? So
getting you through the day.
Yeah, man. So yeah, that's generally, if I'm brewing, especially when I'm home brewing, then that's the soundtrack,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love that, man. That's awesome. Before we keep going, you want to grab another beer?
Yeah, dude. Totally, man.
Sweet. All right, we're back. I am having what you were having. Was it the cold?
Yeah, the cold
gold.
Cold gold. Yeah, check those. Yeah,
love it. And I liked the artwork of that too. It's like, gosh, what's it called?
It's a golden igloo, man.
There you go. I was like, why couldn't I think of igloo? Cheers, man.
Cheers, brother. Yeah, cheers.
That's right up my alley.
Yeah, dude. It's a perfect summertime crusher.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You guys can that?
No, man, not yet. I'm sure maybe one day eventually it will, but this is one beer that we do enter into competition a lot.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's really good, man.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, just like, I keep looking at it, like, obviously all the World Beer Cup, there's 3 over there, there's 3 over there, there's 3 over there.
Yeah.
And all the, the GABS.
And to be honest, man, this isn't even all of it.
I know.
This is all I had room for on the wall.
Yeah. And what was what was your first time going to World Beer Cup or GABF, like hearing Beachwood?
It's pretty surreal, man. And so I've only been brewing for Beachwood for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
But I've worked for Beachwood more or less since like the end of 2013.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, we were an award-winning brewery when I started.
Yeah.
And which, was part of what drew me to this company. But my first experiences being at GABF and hearing our name called.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I went to GABF, it was me, it was Harrison, and it was Julian Strago, one of the founders. And we were at GABF, and we won an award for Black IPA.
Yeah.
And
another good style that doesn't get enough credit.
Yeah. So we had won for our Black IPA. So we were in line to get our medal. And while we were in line to get our medal, our name got called a second time.
That's awesome.
For Full Malted Jacket.
Yeah.
And it was just again, for Beachwood has won a bunch of awards.
Yeah.
So maybe it wasn't as exciting. I mean, it's always exciting, but
yeah, of course.
But for me, it was just like, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And
I made the right decision.
yeah. And then, in 2025, last year,
yeah.
I didn't go to World Beer Cup, but we were fortunate enough to win 4 awards.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was actually at ISM watching the award ceremony, and it was, we won for like an IPA, we won for an Imperial Stout, and then 2 of the beers that I made we entered won. And it was just like, that was the first time that was the first time that I was not just Beachwood winning beers that I actually made won. And that was a very emotional
cloud 9, I'm sure.
Yeah. So, not only to win once, but to win twice.
Yeah.
So I felt very fortunate and very humbled by it, man. So it's very, very awesome. Yeah.
That's cool, man.
So it's, it's kind of, it's easy to be like, oh yeah, we're Beachwood, like it's Beachwood Brewing, but it's also like, the key is to stay humble, man.
Yeah.
Because it's like, yeah, just because you won last year doesn't mean you're going to win this year. And in fact, like we didn't win something this year.
Yeah.
And it just, all that does is inspires me to do better.
Makes you hungrier to come out next year.
100%, man. 100%.
Yeah. And I feel like even just in life, that's the way life should be. And that's the way we all should be, that we should all want more.
Yeah.
And just because you get something, like, oh, yeah, I got it. I finally got it. I did
don't
it.
become complacent.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I feel like I don't know, this might sound bad, but it's like when people retire, like they retire, they stop, like they lose that drive and they're just like, oh, I'm just going to sit around and not do anything.
Yeah, man.
And you age overnight.
Yep.
Like you need to keep that, that fire stoked and all that.
If anything, pick up 10 more hobbies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We all need it. We all need those kind of things. And yeah, man. But congratulations to you, and congratulations. I mean, you've been in the industry for over 10 years. That in itself is a testament.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I mean, I love it, man. It's like, it's honestly one of those things like I told you earlier, like, I'd been in the service industry since I turned 18, to be honest, man. I got in the service industry, but craft beer has been some of the best friendships I've made in my life have come out of this industry. And like, that is a testament to like the beauty of it. It's not just beer, and it's not just this, it's a community. And that's what it's super important to me, like to keep that alive. Craft beer is an industry of relationships, man.
Yeah.
And it's important. And I feel very fortunate that I've been able to be a part of it for as long as I have. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's like, I think at least early on, I feel like there was a common misconception of what breweries were. Like, people don't go there to get chip-based. Of course, there's a couple that will.
100%. Yeah.
But like, you're going there to enjoy somebody's hard work, and it's the camaraderie, it's the beer, it's like how it's made, how it's like who's consuming it and all that. And like you and I sitting across from each other right now, like I think of this as, if we were here just hanging out, I would, and you were having a beer, I would, like, what are you having?
Yeah.
And that's how then you build a relationship that way. And even though like we talked about Ian, we've talked about Dario, like, or Harrison, or all of them, like the industry's so fucking badass. Like,
dude, and I feel fortunate, like, to be in this era of like some of my best friends are some of the best brewers in the country, man.
Yeah.
Like, and that's also kind of what also inspires me.
Yeah.
Right. Like, my peers are making the best beer in the world.
Yeah.
And it makes me also want to make the best beer in the world. And, like Dario, they just won some hardware at the California Brewers Cup, and it's like, that's awesome.
Hell yeah.
I love when my friends crush it, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it makes me feel like I'm crushing it, you know? And that's like why I think like collaborations between breweries is still important. And I think it's like shared knowledge, and like the wealth of knowledge that all these brewers have to make. It's like, hey man, you made really great IPA, and you're not you're not hoarding those secrets.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if I went to Gene and I'm like, hey man, like, what did you do to make this IPA so awesome? Like, you won a gold medal at World Beer Cup for it. and he'd be like, "Oh, here's the recipe."
Yeah.
Like
It's the best.
it's that kind of like, it's like this spirit of collaboration and like, hey man, like a rising tide lifts all ships, right?
Yeah.
Like when we do well, we want our friends to do well.
Yeah. And what other industries like that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like that's, like full circle, like that's, I'm like, I feel lucky to be a part of it.
Yeah.
So, and that's why like I strive every day to like do it justice.
Mhm.
Like I'm not going to come in here and half-ass my way through these beers because
Yeah.
like I don't want someone to come in here and just be like, "Oh yeah, Jerm's beer was like, it was okay."
Yeah.
Like I want people to be like, "Oh no, man, like that was dope." Maybe I'm not into that style of beer,
Yeah.
but I appreciate like how much effort you put into it.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And even like Dario, because I know Dario, like, yeah, he doesn't say it. Oh, sometimes he does, but he'll be like, no, I know he really wanted to win
mhm.
something.
Yeah.
And I was so fucking happy when
Oh,
I
yeah, man.
saw, I mean, and just like, you were, it's like, hell yeah, brother. Like, you did it because his beers are phenomenal.
Dude, his beers are great.
Yeah.
Like
Always fucking
amazing.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I was fortunate enough to work with Dario when he was brewing for Beachwood,
Yeah.
and he saying like Harrison, man, like he's a wealth of knowledge, man.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing and he cares about what he's doing.
Yeah.
And it shows.
Oh yeah. I love him, and I won't tell him to his face. I'm
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
I'm just kidding.
You gotta keep him guessing, though.
Oh yeah. Oh man. Next segment's called the 6-pack.
All right.
So these ones are a little bit more rapid fire.
Yeah.
First one is lager or IPA.
Lager.
Okay. Hazy or West Coast.
West Coast all day.
Music or sports at a brewery.
Ooh, dude, I'm a music guy.
Okay.
100%, man.
Yeah. Wu-Tang.
Yeah, seriously.
There it is. Favorite brewery outside of Beachwood.
Ooh, this one's tough, man. If I'm going local, Highland Park.
Okay.
Highland Park
so
Brewing.
good, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I was so mad at myself. I didn't get to try the Breeders' Cut collab that they did with Russian River.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted it so bad.
Yeah, man. They are consistently awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's
like,
just, yeah.
I feel like every year they win something too.
Yeah, man. That's my, easily if I'm talking local. I mean, if we want to get into like regional or whatever, but that's it.
Yeah.
Right off the cut, like Highland Park, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Love it. Next one's favorite drunk food.
Tacos, truck tacos.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought you might say Taco Bell.
No, that's my wife.
Okay.
My wife would say Taco Bell. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
I do spend a lot of money on there with their in their app.
Yeah. It's funny, man. My wife and I had a little date night last night, and we almost got Taco Bell last night.
Okay. Nice. What's your protein on the tacos?
Al pastor or carne asada.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with either one.
Yeah.
I feel like carne asada is like, and I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but it's like the Pilsner or lager of
100%.
tacos.
Oh, yeah, easy.
Because if that's good, I mean, you know.
You know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love chorizo tacos.
Oh,
it's my go-to.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
Made my mouth water a little bit.
Yeah,
or like chicharron tacos too.
Yeah.
Last one. If your personality was a beer style, what would it be?
Hey, man, hoppy lager.
Okay.
Easy going with a little bit of edge.
There it is.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Love it. A few more questions for you. So
yeah, man.
If you could have one pint with any historical figure or like who you sitting at the bar with.
So,
or it could be a celebrity or sports figure too.
Yeah, man. So I think, I would consider him a historical figure, but also kind of but it would be Joe Strummer, man, from The Clash.
Okay.
So growing up, I was in high school, man. I was a little punk kid, punk rocker kid. And
did you have the pomp and everything?
Dude, I had the mohawk.
Oh, you had the mohawk.
Yeah,
right.
Man. I was a little punk rocker kid. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, man.
Yeah.
I just it was cool to me. And
you like what you
sense.
like,
But
man.
then as I got deeper into punk music, like The Clash was this anomaly because they were a punk band, but that also did like reggae and they did kind of hip hoppy stuff and they did
their sound was crazy,
political stuff, and they kind of like encouraged me to explore all this other kinds of music.
Yeah,
and like Joe Strummer was just like a human rights activist, and he was such a influential character. Like he wasn't like punk to be shocking.
Yeah,
he was like punk for like other reasons, and The Clash is one of my favorite bands, of all time. And I think if I could have a beer with, and I feel like also he would put down some pints.
Oh
You
yeah,
know what I mean?
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah. I think like that he'd be my number one choice, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you a story about the Clash. I've never met the band or anything, but it was just because I got so hammered one time.
Mhm.
And what's the name of the song? Is it "Stand by Me"?
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
"Stand by me." Bing, bing,
Mhm.
bing. I have to butcher that song. I love that song. But we were at my mom's house.
Mhm.
She was living in Victorville, and me and my buddies got really drunk.
Yeah.
And that was my alarm clock.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Well, it was ringtone or whatever. And I drank almost a full bottle of Jose Cuervo, I think it
Mhm.
was. And the alarm goes off. I passed out drunk. My alarm goes off. I sleep through it. It just keeps going because it won't go. It wasn't like before you would like it would stop after a certain point. This kept going for like 20 minutes. And then everybody in the house wakes up and I'm like passed out on the floor.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, what the fuck?
You're in a deep drunk sleep.
Oh, yeah. Because everybody thinks eventually the next minute he's going to wake up and he's going to turn up. It never happened. So my brother hates that song now because of that.
He just left a bad taste in his mouth, man.
Yeah. Every time I played, he's like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, right.
Oh, man. Love
That's
it.
good.
But yeah, the Clash is fantastic.
Yeah.
Next one is your Mount Rushmore of breweries and beer styles.
Ooh. So Firestone
Okay.
Walker, man. I have like a deep respect for Firestone.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and one, because of like what they've done for the industry, and there's not a style they can't do, man.
Oh, yeah.
They do great wild beer.
Yeah.
They do great macro beer. You know, like think of 805 and its impact on like Southern California beer culture.
Oh, yeah.
Sierra Nevada would be up on that as well. And then also, man, like, you know, there's some iconic breweries that like that are big, and I respect the shit out of them for what, like New Belgium.
Oh, yeah.
New Belgium's up there for sure. You know, Fremont Brewing.
Mm-hmm.
I think like if I had to pick 4 breweries that like changed how people see craft beer, I would say it's those ones right there.
Yeah.
And like, there's not a style they can't nail. Like New Belgium, I mean, we're talking, you know, 10, 15 years ago when I was getting into beer, like I didn't know anything about sour beer.
Yeah.
But La Folie from New Belgium, like changed the game, you know?
Yeah.
And then you have like Bread of Ice from Firestone Walker. These are just the like beers that like, one of my favorite beers to this day was Wookie Jack.
Yeah.
You can't beat it, you know? Sierra Nevada, like Celebration Ale.
Oh, yeah.
It's
fantastic.
When that time of the year comes, that's all I drink.
Yeah.
You know? So I think I'd have to, those would be like, that's my like, my beer gods.
There you go.
You know? Yeah. They're like the thing too, you know, for me, when I look at breweries like that, it's like they got big, and yeah, some of them have like other money coming in now, but they still stay true to who they are.
Yeah.
You know, like Firestone, like Duvel, the Mortgots, like it's still a family-owned brewery, man.
Yeah.
Like after 7, 8 generations or whatever it is, like it's not about the money.
Yeah.
They still care about what they do. And, you know, and like Matt Brendelson at Firestone is still innovating.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, Sierra Nevada, still innovating.
Yeah.
Even like New Belgium, you know, they got, is it Lion Brewing or whatever, that the Japanese brewery that has a stakeholder in them. They still have a experimental pilot facility that they brew out of, and they just get to make whatever they want.
How cool is that?
And it's so cool, man.
Yeah.
But like, you know, they didn't let the money corrupt them.
Yeah.
They still like, no, we care about what we make. You know, we care about the product we put out, and they do things that help the industry at large, right? Like they're testing things and creating, you know, like they do things because they can afford to do things that once they trickles down to the small guy, you know?
Yeah.
So I think those would be my peak guys.
Love it.
Yeah.
And like, I love it when a brewery has a pilot system because of that fact that you can get creative. And what if like you make something and everyone just like, you need to bring that back, and then eventually that becomes a core.
I mean, that's what when I brewed for Modern Times at the dojo in downtown LA, that's what we did.
Yeah.
So we were their pilot system.
Yeah.
So, you know, the dojo brewery was small. We didn't have a bright tank. We didn't have a mill. We had 6 fermenters.
Yeah. That's where Native Son is now,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Okay,
We just brewed small batches of beer.
yeah.
And if they did well, that recipe got sent off to San Diego or Portland and got scaled up, which was awesome. You know what I mean? Like, we got to, me and the guy I worked under, JP, good friend of mine, we got to brew some awesome beer. And we got to just brew kind of like whatever we wanted, which was really cool because it was just like, hey, we're going to brew a Vienna lager today. Like, or we're going to brew, or whatever. We're going to do this.
Love a Vienna lager.
Yeah. And it was just, those were like having that freedom at a pilot brewery. It's like, hey, we're going to make 10 barrels.
Yeah.
And we're going to make this today. And then if it doesn't do well, maybe we don't make it again.
Yeah.
But, so that was always fun, man. That was always cool. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I love it. Last couple questions. If you could bring something back from when you were a kid that's no longer around anymore, what would it be?
Shit, man. I don't know, dude. I feel like it's a loaded question because I feel like everything from when I was a kid is cool again.
Yeah, man. That's true.
You know, like cassette tapes are cool again. Man.
That's wild.
You know?
Like, who's buying a cassette player?
Yeah.
But they are.
Like, all these Gen Z kids are, I hate to make myself sound old, but I'm in my 40s,
yeah. They're going back to analog, man.
Everything's analog, man. Yeah. But I kind of love that, man, because I hate AI, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Not good.
Shit, man. I don't even know because all the things that I would say like are cool again, man. Comic books are cool again. Yeah. And baggy jeans and rollerblading are cool again.
I saw people wearing baggy jeans again. I was like, dang.
Yeah, man. Like my niece wears baggy jeans, and I'm like, okay, dang, dude, like that. Yeah. That's what I wore 30 years ago.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I don't know how I'd answer that question, man.
Yeah. It could be even food because my normal response is Blockbuster because I just love going to Blockbuster as a kid.
That's a good one, man. No, I'd say, dude, if I could bring back going outside, man.
Yeah.
Like playing in the street without I'm sure you're pretty close to my age, man. Like I remember when I was a kid, I would get home from school. Yeah. And then I would tell my mom, bye. Yeah. And then me and all my friends in the neighborhood, we would ride our bikes and nobody would check on us. Yeah. My mom would say, street lights, come on, come home. Yeah. And then you would just be gone till that time. And there was nobody checking you or tracking you or doing anything like you got I feel like that's why our generation is so much more independent. Like we don't, dude, we just figured things out. Yeah. You know what I mean? And we don't see that anymore, man. No. Everything is just it's just kids are just like this all the time
on their screens.
So if I could bring back anything, it'd be just being outside, man. Yeah, go outside. My mom used to hate when I was in the house, man.
So get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, she's like, get out of here. Go, be gone. Yeah. So
be a kid.
Go be a kid, man. Yeah. Go scrape your knee, man. Yeah. Go talk to the homeless guy in the field.
There you go. Yeah. Was it because I know Dario always wears the what are the shoes? The radio flyers.
No, the PF flyers.
Not radio flyers.
PF flyers.
PF flyers.
Yeah.
I was thinking radio flyer, the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Or the wagon. But yeah, when she would be go out there, scrape your knee, or get in trouble.
Get in trouble, man. Yeah. Dude, we would just wander around. I remember when I was a kid, man, we would just wander around. Yeah. On our bikes or whatever for hours. Oh, yeah. And then we just be home for dinner. Mm-hmm. And nobody questioned it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, my mom didn't care where we went as long as you aren't in jail and you're home by dinner.
There you go.
Yeah,
because I had so many cousins, so we would all get together. We would get as many quarters as we could, and then we would go to the laundromat because they had Marvel vs. Capcom 2, the cabinet.
Awesome.
And we would have a tournament. We'd be there all day.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, not washing one lick of clothes, but we're playing, we're playing Marvel vs. Capcom. Or we'd wake up and, play outside and then be like, hey, let's go to Blockbuster. Let's go. Who has $5 so we can rent a game? Or let's scrape together $5 so we can rent a game. Whatever it was. And we'd go and we'd be like, oh, man, the tips and tricks is back there. The magazine, can we maybe rip out a little piece that we need or whatever?
Dude, I remember back when I was a kid, is right around the time Nintendo 64 came out.
Oh, yeah.
We couldn't afford one.
Yeah.
But I lived walking distance to a Walmart.
Yeah.
And I remember me and my buddy, every day after school, we would walk to Walmart because they had a Nintendo 64
the little
demo.
console, yeah.
And we would just fucking be at Walmart for hours.
Yeah.
Just playing Nintendo 64
Yeah.
on this free demo because
Yeah.
like, neither of our families could afford a Nintendo
Yeah.
64. But that's what we did, man.
Mhm.
That doesn't exist anymore, man.
Yeah, we found ways to entertain ourselves.
Yeah,
Like
there was
whether
no cell phones, there's nothing.
Yeah.
So we just made do with the world that we had, man.
Yeah.
You know, we'd say save our lunch money and then we'd
Mhm.
go to the gas station and just buy a bunch of junk food.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like that's what being a kid was to me. And, like,
100%.
I don't think that exists anymore. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember as a kid, my mom got so mad at me because she gave me like $5 for lunch for the day. And I told her, like, I'm just going to go in because she stopped to get gas. It's like, I'm just going to go in there and get something. I got 5 bags of hot Cheetos instead of getting my lunch.
Yeah, dude. That sounds
And
like
she-
my lunch every day in high school, man. Yeah.
Yeah. And she was like, she was like, what did you put in your backpack? I was like, a bag of chips. She's like, just one? And she's like, you spent all your lunch money, didn't you? I was like,
Yeah.
But back then, you know, our stomachs could handle anything.
Yeah, man, you're a child, dude. You know,
Yeah.
we're full of preservatives now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's why
Yeah.
I still eat like shit.
Yeah.
So that's why I take so many vitamins.
Yeah, there you go, man. There you go, dude.
You got to try to balance.
Yeah, it's
you know?
it. It's just balance, dude.
Yeah. Last one, brother. But before I do that, before we get into the last one, thank you, man.
No, dude, I appreciate you, man. Like, I think, like, I've been wanting to come on this for a minute. So,
Yeah.
yeah, dude, I'm glad we got to make it happen.
Oh, 100%, man.
Yeah, cheers to that,
Appreciate you.
dude.
Cheers.
Yeah.
And, we'll drink beer. It's funny because I saw the beer paper over there. And every time I read this question, I think of Dan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Daniel. And he was just like, he told me, this is how you close every episode of your show. And that was, with Dan being Dan.
Yeah.
I love that guy. And he said, if you had to describe yourself in one word, what would it be?
Shit, man. If I had to describe myself in one word, what would it be? Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I want
Okay.
everything's easy, man.
Yeah.
I'm a be like water guy.
Yeah.
Just go with the flow.
Yeah.
Easy.
If I was going to, because I was thinking, I was like, man, what would if I had a word for you, I would just say like thoughtful.
Yeah.
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 Because you have to be thoughtful about everything that you do, and you're doing the distilling, you're doing the blendery, like the mixed fermentation, and then obviously the brewing side.
Yeah, that patience.
Yeah.
Man, it's fun. It's kind of funny. This has taught me patience.
Yeah.
Which has actually helped me a lot in my personal life.
Yeah.
Because I have a toddler.
Mm-hmm.
I have my son's 3.5.
Yeah.
And patience, man. You gotta be patient. Like,
Yep.
you gotta put the time in to get the thing out that you want, right? So like, I got a kid, man. Like, I can't be reactive.
Yeah.
I gotta be patient with him.
Yeah.
He's learning the world.
Yeah. He's a
right?
kid. Yeah.
But it's like, hey, I spend my whole life waiting for stuff to come out the way I want it to.
Yeah.
I can apply that same mentality to being a dad.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, and it's that, and just being like, I don't like stress, right? So for me, I'm just easy, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't let nothing ruffle my feathers.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I'd say like, yeah, man, like patience or easy. That's how I feel like about my life,
Love it, man.
Yeah.
And that's the way it should be. Because I mean, like, of course, there's going to be things that stress you out, or you're going to have a bad day, or all that stuff. But it shouldn't, cause you like one little thing shouldn't ruin your day.
Exactly.
Kind of thing.
Yeah,
like you have to kind of approach life.
Yeah, dude. And you just got to roll with the punches, man.
Yeah.
They're always going to be there.
Oh, well, hell yeah. Just like you said, we talked about the industry, like being up at its highs and at its lows. There's ebbs and flows in every industry and in life.
Yep.
And it's about how you respond to that and try to find new ways to not combat it, because I don't think that's the right word, but.
No, exactly, man. And
yeah.
it's kind of circle back on things too, where it's just like, you can't get complacent. And if you, or at least like the way I see it is like, if you find yourself just like coming in every day to your job, and this applies to, I think, any industry.
Yeah.
If you're just coming into your job and you're just like, I just need to get through the day so I can go home.
Yeah.
And you're that complacent, like, it's time to move on.
Yeah.
And like, I feel that way about brewing in that sense. It was just like, if the day that I stop coming here, or whatever I'm at, whatever brewery, I've worked at a lot of breweries, the day that I stop coming to that job and being like, I want to do the best job I can possibly do.
Yeah.
And not for the company. I mean, yes, for the company, but like the day you stop wanting to just do good work for who you are as
Yeah.
a human, like, hey man, like reassess your goals
Yeah.
and like maybe you move on, or
Yeah.
maybe like, hey, maybe it's time to move on. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But I like that's kind of just like how I see like my philosophy when I come to the brewery, man. It's like I want to come in here, man. I want to do the best job I can, and I want to go home and feel good about the work I did.
100%.
And I think that just like that's what keeps me going every day.
Yeah.
You know,
Because I've always told myself for this, like, if it ever gets to a point where it feels like a job, I'm just going to stop. I'm not going to tell anybody.
yeah, dude.
I'm just going to be like, at the end of that episode, I'm like, this is the last one.
You signed off.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And I agree, man. It's like the day I stop caring about the beer I'm putting in your glass,
Yeah.
I don't need to be doing this anymore. You know, it's not fair to you, the consumer, man. It's not fair to like my friends that like I do this with. It's not fair to my boss. It's not fair to me. You know what I mean? Like the day that I come in and I stop giving a shit about what I'm making, all right, cool, man. I need to do something else.
Yeah.
You know, and that's kind of like what drives me every day.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Well, you're damn good at what you do, bro.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
really
thanks for being
it,
on. And we'll finish this beer. We'll get the show on the road.
Yeah, man, dude. Awesome, man. Thanks again, dude. Appreciate
Cheers,
you,
brother.
Cheers.
All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Like I said, I had a great time at Jerm. And Jerm, thank you again, brother. Again, we got to make that Windsor Browns, or and it doesn't matter where we go, as long as we have to go and have a few beers, get Dario, get everybody out, Harrison and Danny and everybody. All right, let's see. Next week's episode is the Tap Yard Tulare episode. A week after that will be the 1852 Brew Co., which was a blast. I'm super excited. And they both were. And then I'll be recording with Reformation and then Firemaker. So super sweet, super excited about that. I'm trying to get the Female Brewers Roundtable going. We are working on dates right now with Bridget and Tyler and also Yvette. So hopefully we can make that happen soon. Also trying to make something happen with Ian. We're trying to, and getting Gene on. So we're working on that as well. There's a couple, I'm still reading Audacity of Hops. It's been really good so far though. There's a couple other people I want to do a couple remote interviews with. So yeah, I'm excited, man. So we got a lot of stuff going on. Closing in on 200. All right. Well, I hope you guys have a great Sunday. Have a great week. Hope you had a great Saturday too, since we're going back in time here. Yeah. Just enjoy life, baby. Twinkle, twinkle. And don't forget to support local, drink local, and find your beer. Cheers.